Hong Kong, Kowloon District, Nathan Road, corner with Jordan Road, August 17, 1967. Thursday afternoon, 4:45 p.m. The heat is suffocating, the kind that clings to the skin and turns the asphalt into a mirror. The street is bustling, packed with pedestrians among fabric shops, street vendors, and fish markets. No one stops. No one looks. Everyone has seen street fights before. But what is about to happen is not an ordinary fight. It is something that 40 witnesses will recount for the rest of their lives. Something that will be whispered in markets, in kung fu training sessions, in bars at night. Something that will be denied, exaggerated, mythified, but never forgotten. Bruce Lee is walking along Nathan Road with 3 of his students. He is 26 years old, 1.70 men tall, 61 kilograms of dense muscle, and a reputation that is beginning to grow beyond the walls of his school. He is not famous yet. He is not the cinema icon. He is a martial arts instructor who is challenging traditions, teaching non-Chinese, mixing styles, creating something new that traditional masters consider heresy. He is wearing a simple white t-shirt, black pants, and canvas sneakers. Nothing flashy. He is calmly conversing with his students about combat philosophy, about how water adapts to the container, about how a fighter should be like water, without rigid form, flowing. His voice is low, patient, educational. He is not looking for trouble. He never looks for it. But trouble finds him. Across the street, leaning against the wall of a restaurant, is a man everyone in the neighborhood knows. His name is Wong Jackman, but people call him Iron Dragon. He is 1.85 tall, 95 kilograms, tattoos climbing up his thick arms, scars that tell stories of 100 street fights. He is a professional no-holds-barred underground fighter, the kind who fights in basements, in alleys, in abandoned warehouses where there are no rules, no referees, just money and blood. He has won 23 consecutive fights, broken bones, sent men to the hospital, and he hates Bruce Lee. He hates the philosophy. He hates the foreigners Bruce teaches. For the Iron Dragon, fighting is survival. There is no elegance, no dance. There is only strength against strength, fist against flesh. He has seen Bruce Lee giving interviews in local newspapers, talking about transcending style. To him, that is an offense. That is disrespect. Today he decided to do something about it. He saw Bruce crossing the street 5 minutes ago. He waited. He planned. Now he pushes off the wall and walks directly toward Bruce Lee. The crowd begins to notice. Conversations quiet down. People stop walking. There is something in the way the Iron Dragon moves, something that signals imminent violence. His shoulders are tense. His fists are clenched. His jaw is tight. He is not walking. He is marching. Bruce notices. His students notice. The conversation stops. Bruce does not change his posture. He simply stops walking and waits. His students instinctively step back, giving space. The distance between the 2 men shrinks. 10 meters, 8 meters, 5 meters. The Iron Dragon stops 1.5 meters from Bruce Lee. He is significantly larger. His shoulders are broader. His arms are thicker. He looks capable of snapping Bruce in half with his bare hands. The crowd around them has grown. 40 people now, forming an irregular circle. Shopkeepers come out of their stores. Taxi drivers turn off their engines. Everyone knows what is about to happen. The Iron Dragon looks Bruce up and down. His expression is one of absolute contempt. Then he speaks, his voice loud enough for everyone to hear. "You are Bruce Lee, the philosopher, the man who teaches foreigners, the man who says martial arts are like water." Bruce does not respond. He simply looks into the Iron Dragon's eyes, his expression calm, neutral, waiting. The Iron Dragon smiles. It is an ugly smile, loaded with malice. "I've heard about you. I've heard you're fast. I've heard you're special. I've heard you created your own style because the old styles weren't good enough for you." His voice is rising, fueled by the crowd. He wants a spectacle. He wants to humiliate Bruce Lee publicly. But let me tell you something, philosopher. On the streets, your water means nothing. On the streets, what matters is who hits harder, who bleeds less, who stays standing when the other is on the ground. And I stay standing. Always. The crowd murmurs. Some people agree. Some are tense, waiting for Bruce's response. Bruce still has not spoken. He simply observes. His breathing is steady. His hands are relaxed at his sides. There is no visible tension, no obvious preparation. He appears completely calm, as if this confrontation were no more significant than the conversation he was having 3 minutes earlier. And that enrages the Iron Dragon. Bruce's calmness is a greater offense than any verbal insult could be. You're not going to talk? The Iron Dragon takes another step closer. Now they are less than a meter apart. You're not going to show me your water? Your philosophy? Your transcendence? The tension is palpable. The crowd is completely silent. Everyone is waiting for the first punch. Everyone expects Bruce to back down or attack. But Bruce does neither. He simply stands there. And then the Iron Dragon does something no one expected. He spits. On the ground, directly between Bruce Lee's feet. The saliva hits the hot asphalt inches from Bruce's sneakers. It is the ultimate offense. In any culture, in any context, spitting at someone's feet is an absolute declaration of disrespect. It is saying, you are less than nothing. You are dirt. You do not deserve to stand in front of me. The crowd collectively sucks in air. That crossed a line. That cannot be ignored. That demands a response. Everyone knows it. The Iron Dragon knows it. He is grinning widely now, yellow-stained teeth showing. He knows he has forced Bruce into a position where he must respond or be socially destroyed. If Bruce backs down now, his reputation is finished. If Bruce attacks, he enters the Iron Dragon's game, fights on his territory, by his rules. Either way, the Iron Dragon wins. Or so he thinks. Bruce Lee looks at the saliva on the ground. Then he looks back at the Iron Dragon, and for the first time, he speaks. His voice is soft, almost gentle. Are you done? The Iron Dragon blinks. The question throws him off balance. It was not what he expected. I asked if you're done. Bruce repeats, because if you're done, I'd like to get back to my walk. The Iron Dragon explodes in rage. His right hand moves toward Bruce's shoulder, an aggressive shove meant to force physical contact, to start the fight he wants, but the hand never lands. What happens next occurs in a span of time that witnesses will later swear was impossible. Bruce's right hand rises. Not in a blocking motion, not in an elaborate defensive technique, just pure movement, impossible to track. It intercepts the Iron Dragon's wrist in midair, deflects it to the side, and in the same continuous motion, Bruce's left foot plants and his body pivots. The movement is so economical, so precise, that it seems choreographed. But it is not. It is trained instinct. It is applied physics. It is years of practice condensed into a fraction of a second. Bruce's left hand strikes the Iron Dragon's solar plexus. It is not a traditional punch. There is no arm retraction, no telegraphing. It is an open palm slap that travels less than 20 centimeters, but carries the full rotation of Bruce's body, all the kinetic momentum of his movement, all the force that can be generated when you understand exactly where and how to strike. The sound is loud, dry, definitive. The effect is immediate. The Iron Dragon freezes. His eyes widen. His mouth opens. He tries to breathe. He cannot. The strike has disrupted his diaphragm, overloaded the nerve network of the solar plexus, sent a shock through his entire respiratory system. He is conscious. His brain is working. But his body has stopped obeying. His knees begin to buckle. But Bruce has not stopped. In the same fluid motion, his now free right hand comes from below, grabs the collar of the Iron Dragon's shirt, and controls the fall. He does not let the man collapse. Instead, he gently guides him into a seated position on the ground. It is a movement of disconcerting gentleness. Bruce has just knocked out a man, yet he is careful not to let him hit his head on the asphalt. The Iron Dragon is sitting, leaning forward, hands on the ground, trying to force air into his lungs. His face is red, veins bulge in his neck. He is in panic, that primal panic of not being able to breathe, of feeling your body betray you. Bruce Lee stands over him, not triumphant, not celebrating, simply waiting. The crowd is in absolute shock. No one moves. No one speaks. What they have just witnessed happened so fast that their brains are still processing it. The Iron Dragon, the man who won 23 no-holds-barred fights, the man who broke bones and sent opponents to the hospital, is sitting on the ground, unable to breathe, defeated by a movement that lasted less than a second. Less than the blink of an eye. 5 seconds pass. The Iron Dragon manages to draw an irregular breath. Then another. His body is coming back online. Color returns to his face. He lifts his head and looks at Bruce Lee. And what he sees in Bruce's eyes is not anger, not triumph. It is compassion. Bruce crouches down, bringing himself eye level with the fallen man. When you fight with anger, you have already lost. His voice is soft, educational, the same tone he was using to teach his students 5 minutes earlier. You attacked me because you were angry. You spat because you were angry. Your anger made you predictable. I knew what you would do before you did it. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Emotion creates tension. Tension creates wasted movement. Wasted movement creates openings. I only had to wait for the opening. The Iron Dragon looks at Bruce, and something changes in his eyes. The anger is gone. The contempt is gone. What remains is something he has not felt in years. Respect. Fear. Understanding. Bruce extends his hand. The Iron Dragon stares at it for a moment, then takes it. Bruce helps him to his feet. The larger man staggers, still trying to fully recover his breath. Bruce looks at him once more. You are strong. You are experienced. You have won many fights, but strength without control is just violence. And violence without purpose is self-destructive. If you want to learn control, my school is open. He turns and begins walking. His students follow, still in shock, still processing what they witnessed. The crowd parts to let them pass. No one applauds. No one cheers. There is only heavy silence, the kind of silence that follows something that defies explanation. Bruce Lee disappears into the crowd on Nathan Road, returning to wherever he was going before this interruption, as if nothing extraordinary had happened. The Iron Dragon remains standing in the middle of the street, one hand still on his chest, feeling the spot where he was struck. It hurts, a deep, persistent pain. He knows Bruce Lee could have done much worse. That strike was controlled, measured, intended to incapacitate, not to destroy, but he chose not to. The crowd begins to disperse slowly. People return to their shops, their taxis, their lives. But they will talk about this. Tonight, over dinners, in bars, in markets, the story will spread. A street fighter spat at Bruce Lee's feet. The counterattack lasted less than the blink of an eye. Some will say it was luck, that the Iron Dragon wasn't expecting the attack, that the story is exaggerated. But 40 people saw it. Among them, 2 local journalists, 3 kung fu instructors from rival schools, and merchants who have known the Iron Dragon for years. They know what they saw. It was not brutal. It was not savage. It was precise, surgical, like water. 3 days later, the Iron Dragon will appear at Bruce Lee's school. He will simply bow, the traditional gesture of respect from a student to a master, and Bruce will accept him as a student. The story will be told and retold. It will grow into legend, but the truth is simpler and more impressive. One man spat. Another man responded with absolute control. One movement, less than a second, enough to prove that philosophy and physics are not opposites, but the same thing when fully understood. 40 people carried a memory they would never forget. The moment they saw that true skill does not need to shout, threaten, or spit. It simply exists, silent and absolute, waiting for the precise moment to manifest. And when it manifests, it is faster than the blink of an eye.